Hey, all Dan Bort here. It's been a while since I've cut a video at all, so I figured I'd cut one before I um, go to bed tonight. So tonight I wanted to talk about like a quick personal update. Um, I have been since January of this year, maybe a little bit before, but definitely since January this year. Um, really trying to make this the year that I get myself in shape. I had a situation where honestly, I went to the doctor for a physical in January. Actually, it was in the beginning of February. But I had made the decision that I was just too heavy. You know, um, full disclosure, 285 was my top weight back end of December, beginning of January. 285, too heavy, way too heavy. Anyway, so I made a commitment to myself this year to really try and get myself in shape. And the first thing I decided to start doing was I decided to start tracking my food. I took my cousin Mark Struchetsky's advice as well as the advice of a number of other people. But my cousin Mark's been helping me out a lot on this because I've been kind of following along with his um, progress of things and kind of using him as a sounding board. He's given me some really great advice. Um, anyway, he told me about this app called MyFitnessPal. So I fired it up, started using it. I started tracking all my food. Um, Started off by just tracking what I ate on a daily basis without changing any of the stuff that I was eating, and came to the conclusion that I was eating way too many calories in a day, like ridiculous amounts of calories, like 2,800, 3,000 calories a day. I mean, it just didn't make sense that I should be eating that much. So at that point, I decided I was going to plug in some goals. I set a goal weight for myself of 250 pounds. I think that's the goal weight I set. I have to go check it out. Um, and I started going and just plugging in all my food and trying to stay below the threshold. So it's giving me about 2,300 calories a day as my threshold, and I'm trying to stay below that. And consistently over the past couple of months, I've been hitting that mark. I've been pretty much below every time. A couple times I was dead on. Um, so the big thing about that is I have not until very recently started any kind of an exercise routine, and just by changing my diet alone, by watching my calorie intake, watching my portion size, and making healthier choices, getting rid of a lot of the junk, the garbage that you would normally eat, that I would normally eat. Um, Cookies, cakes, snacks, all that kind of stuff. I do eat that stuff sometimes, but it's very infrequent. Getting rid of all sodas, all sugar drinks, even right down to getting rid of juices and things of that. Not my primary sources of liquid are water, just plain water. I drink coffee with Splenda as a sweetener, no cream, and I drink unsweet iced tea, or black tea, no sugar, no cream. Those are the primary things. Occasionally I'll have some milk. Occasionally I'll have some almond milk. But I steer clear of sodas. Like, I'm done with the soda thing, man. The soda thing's done. I don't drink Gatorade or anything like that anymore. Just kicked it all out. And then just making healthier choices in terms of portion size and in terms of what I eat throughout the day. And in the 2 months, it's about 2 months. I think it's 2 months, 2 months and a week to the day. I'm down almost 30 pounds. I started this journey at 284 point something. I don't have the raw number off my head. And I got on the scale yesterday morning, and I was 284, and I got on the scale yesterday and I was 255.8. Call it 256. I don't care. That's almost 30 pounds in 2 months. I'm not exercising. I'm just eating, and I'm not starving myself. I mean, literally, like, I'm not hungry. I'm not walking around in hungry days all the time, right? I did find that one of my biggest problems was that I would eat when I was bored and eat when I was stressed. And I realized that when I figured that part of it out and I started changing those habits, now I don't eat when I'm bored or stressed. I do something else, or I drink water. Um, Another thing that probably makes a big difference is I work for a wine and spirits, um, an alcohol manufacturer, Constellation Brands. They make a whole bunch of different, beer, wine, spirits, right? And I used to drink, you know, quite frequently our product. Not ever get drunk. I'm not the kind of person to go out and get drunk, get wasted, whatever. Um, Not my style. Didn't even really like to do it when I was younger. Did it a few times. Not a big deal. But you know, those calories add up. So I have been not had any alcohol at all in like 2 months. So that's probably a big part of it too. So yeah, just dietary changes alone, and I have been able to go from 284 down to 255, and it's awesome. Like the feeling of accomplishment I get when I get on the scale and I see another couple pounds down, another couple of pounds down, and I realize at some point those pounds are going to drop. The amount of weight that drops over a given time is going to slow down. Excuse me, because I mean 285 is pretty big, so I've got a long way to go. I'm almost at my goal weight now, so I'm setting a new goal weight to say I would like to be. I'd like to be 225 by the beginning of summer. So it's March 21st today, and I've lost 30 pounds already. If we say 255 down to 225, that's another 30 pounds. If I can stay consistent at the same clip, I should be able to hit 225 by May-June timeframe. If it slows down, I'll still be totally happy with wherever I end up. As long as it's less than where I am now, I'll be good. But my goal weight is 225 by summer. Some people say that's a lot of weight to lose. I mean, if the weight's peeling off, the weight's peeling off. I'm not going to slow it down. I'm not going to stop it. As long as I'm not feeling hungry, I don't feel like it's affecting me, physically, like I'm not extra overtired or getting sick or anything like that. I'm just going to keep rolling with it. So that's what I'm doing there. In terms of exercise, I've decided I used to really be into like lifting weights like big time, and I've even been toying around with the dumbbells that I have around here. Matter of fact, took my godson to karate tonight, and while he was in karate, I was in the back parking lot doing dumbbell snatches, dumbbell presses, and goblet squats out there for 20 minutes. So, just trying to get a rhythm, trying to get myself back on a rhythm of exercising. And I've come to the conclusion though that I think I'm going to go down the road of body weight exercises. I've been doing a little bit of research. I'm trying to get more into that research wise, and my cousin Mark, again, always a big help, put me onto something that he heard about the guy, I believe the guy who started Facebook, one of the co-founders of Facebook. I might have that wrong. I'll have to fact check myself, but I'm pretty sure he said one of the guys who started Facebook does this thing where he does one push-up a day, just one push-up a day. And supposedly, according, I haven't checked into it, but according to my cousin Mark, the guy's like ripped, right? So like one push-up a day. I've always had really big problems with my shoulders from just stupid injuries, falling down, hurting myself, blowing out. Separated one shoulder. I got impinged rotator cuff in the other shoulder. Never went and had surgery for any of it because I just don't want to deal with any of that. So benching and those kind of exercises have always been very difficult for me. But what I've noticed is that as I've lost some of the weight now, I can do one push-up, like one good push-up. My cousin Mark says he's starting to do one push-up every night. So what I have decided is I'm going to start doing one push-up every night. And I'm not sure what kind of goal I'm going to set for myself on that one. I would like to be able to progress beyond one push-up a day, right? So I'm going to roll with it for now, one push-up a night. So I came home just before I cut this video. I hit one push-up. It was pretty easy. Um, the other goal that I have for myself, which is a little bit, it's a bigger goal. Totally think it's attainable, but it's a bigger goal. Is by the end of the summer, I'm giving myself, quite a span of time there from now until September. I want to be able to do one controlled, well done, good form pull up. Just one. Just one. I have not been able to do a full pull up since I was probably in my teens. So if I could pull that one off by the end of the summer, that would be a huge accomplishment. That would be a huge boost. So I'm making this my year. I wanted to mention something earlier that I didn't, but like one of the things that I had mentioned is that I went to the doctor and had a complete physical, had all my blood work done end of January, beginning of February. And what shocked me about the whole thing was that, and my doctor too, is that all of my numbers are normal. Like sugar is spot on normal. My blood pressure is actually good for once. My cholesterol has actually come down a bit, and the bad cholesterol has dropped a little bit. The good cholesterol has gone up a little bit, so things are starting to even out. So, I have this mentality now that it's like God has given me the A, in health, from a sense of, blood work and internal workings and stuff. God's like, here's an A. All you have to do is keep it. So now I'm on the path of, I want to keep those numbers where they are or make them better, right? I don't feel like I'm having to play from behind. And I really want to be healthy, man. Like it's just getting to the point. I'm 42 years old, and I spent a good chunk of my life just feeling like crappy and slow and sluggish. Strong. Everybody says, Dan's strong like a bull, but I just want to, sorry for that blip. I just want to be healthy. And I'd like to live out the remaining years that I have in a healthier state than I lived the first, obviously most people are healthy up into their like 20s. I was probably, if I remember back, I was pretty healthy up into my, 21, 22, 25. So between 25 and 42, it's been a progression downward health-wise in terms of just weight gain and just, whatever, getting older. I would like to live the next half of my life, or the rest of my life. I mean, I'm hoping at 42 I've got another good 35, 40 years in me, I hope. With progress in medicine and whatnot, maybe I can squeeze some more out of there. But point is, I want to make the next half of my life, we'll call it the next half of my life, the next half of that journey, I want to be at a better place health-wise than most of the first half. So those are my goals, right? So right now, 225 by June, one pull-up by September, and I don't know, as many push-ups as I can do. I'll just keep going with that. And then I'll add things along the way, body weight exercises. I really want to start doing some research around the body weight exercise stuff. So I don't want these videos to be too long. This is just kind of like a rekindling of a vlog thing. If you like the content that I'm putting out, go ahead and subscribe. Go ahead and like the video. Don't like the video. Tell me I'm full of crap. Tell me I'm crazy. Tell me you love it. I have a very thick skin, and I'll take any comment as it is, and I'm not going to let anything rattle me. So feel free to be honest. And if you really do like the content of the channel, then go ahead and hit the subscribe button. I hope to start churning out more of this as I get back into this whole vlog thing, and trying to put content out for you guys. So stay tuned, and more to come, and I hope you all have a really great night.